with a foot down on the accelerator.
He's a bit like a cat on hot tins. He doesn't want this. I think he's got one eye on Thursday night, the big game against Sheffield, and he just wants to get out of here with a clean bill of health. I think what he's alluding to. So he wants them to keep on the foot on the gas in that respect and tidy up tidy up a few things. And great start from Leigh, and a familiar start from Avignon.
They've got back possession of the Leigh Centurions, and bang in front of the sticks they are now. Stooping slightly low was Spencer, but keeps hold of the ball. A metre short. Into Duffy, the architect of many of the actions in the first half. It goes to ground. It was Clay who got hand down on the ball, but it had gone forward. No try.
Knock on. Scrum.
Rowe misses out on the opportunity for a score here. The ball's behind him, and we've seen that far too much from both teams in the first 40 minutes. You know, just the execution, that ball out in front makes such a difference when you're running onto it and trying to find a play.
So they surrendered more possession in the first play of this second half, did the Avignon Bisons. More big shots being put in. Wood stands at dummy half, takes it himself. More work.
He goes all right, doesn't he?
Hands out.
He goes all right. Even carrying the ball out of dummy half, which is not the regular occupation of your back rower.
He's the beneficiary of the offload as well. It's floated down to ground. They still have possession. Got a little bit scrappy, looking for some space, trying to find a way through. Fending off the men, but eventually Kevin Liguaro stopped on the 30. On this left-hand side, slightly high against Taylor Pello. Penalty given to the visitors.
Scrum.
So he's given a forward pass, is the referee, sorry.
He has, yeah. And he's not a bad judge, the ref.
Forward pass came before the tackle, I guess. So,
he's allowed to change his mind, but he called for the forward pass.
Hang on, mate, they've changed the second.
Referee's just bringing it back.
No, you would just change your second or one here.
Not happy with Avignon just making a few last-minute changes to the pack before they went down for the scrum. So Jouet to play. I remember that one.
Yeah, but he actually gave them a conversation in English beforehand. There were 5 blank faces looking at him.
His Laithwaite with a little bit of space couldn't feed the ball.
Offside.
Leigh with the upper hand in these opening stages of the second half. Spencer again got the ball away. Henderson backing his way up to the line. He's over into the in-goal area, but forced back into the field of play before the tackle was complete. Trying to get back to his feet. He does. Some long passes put in Briscoe, and then again Riley squeezes into the corner. The hat-trick for the young lad. The top try scorer for Leigh Centurions this year. 3 to his name in this game. And maybe this sets out the pattern of what we'll see in this second 40 minutes.
The money ball from Craig Briscoe. He finds an offloading traffic that releases Braley on the fly. Duffy to Ridyard, and Ridyard going at the line. Briscoe hit and spin and offload, and when he's on the fly, Braley, it's going to be hard to stop Ryan Braley from there. He's got the speed, he's got the space, he's going to finish that play, but full marks to Craig Briscoe because he goes into contact and finds a good pass, good offload out of there.
He's quick, Braley, isn't he? You give him a sniff and he's gone.
Yeah.
As you say, Brian, great work from Briscoe. He rolled with the ball a little bit behind him, and a nice piece of skill.
Yeah, that was a money ball for sure.
Usually plays at half-back, does Briley, but
well, it's
fairly
got
safe
speed,
at
you know.
as well.
But do you know what? The positions are so similar now. You know, the interchanging of 6s and 1s in the game this day and age. You wouldn't be surprised to play either playing where, if you know what I mean. Obviously, defensively there are differences, and the timing of your runs are different. But generally, with somebody with a bit of speed out the back who's got good awareness of what the Hards are trying to do, I think the difference for Leigh and Briscoe here playing his part has been Duffy and Ridyard know where they're going, know what they're doing. So Braley will obviously have an idea. Having played in that house, well, I know what they're trying to do. But you put that one down to his timing off of Briscoe, because Briscoe's had to go into traffic and found a decent play.
promising prospect, I guess, in terms of his CAS career as well. Dual registered between Leigh and CAS. They hold his registration, and he's enjoying his time at Leigh, I guess.
Well, he's playing a bit of man's rugby, isn't he? There's no disrespect to an under-18 competition or an under-19 competition you qualify for. Sometimes you find out about yourself by playing against men. And that championship is a terrific division. Absolutely. You don't know who's going to win from one week to the next.
So the Centurions back on the charge.
Go.
Blue and white shirts trying to contain them at the moment. Back to the 40, outside, says the referee. Is he going to run into touch? It does. And the referee will signify here, and it's a head and feed. Oh, he's going to have a check.
Well, he doesn't know. I think
there was a foot on the line.
No, I think the ball's gone out, but I don't know if he was inside or outside the 40.
So I've got to check you.
The video.
He's definitely inside the 40.
If any of his foot is on the line, he's outside. I need a closer look than that. Have you got anything closer, mate?
See, that's why the fullback's playing at it, because he thinks he's inside the 40. He's gone for the 40-20.
No, I mean where he kicks it from. No, it's where he kicks it from, I need.
He had his foot on the line, I think. I wasn't sure. Just checking to see if his foot are on line. If it's on line, it's their ball. Yeah. But I don't know, he hasn't told me yet.
Oh, his toe is just on the line.
His toenails like that. Yeah. Just on the line. So, Avignon scrum. All right, clock on.
The interesting thing from that point of view is you watch the Avignon fullback and where he's standing in that set, he's very, very flat. And he isn't dropping back until right at the back end of the set. So they look exceptionally vulnerable to those types of kicks. And even getting a winger standing up flat and kicking for him to score as well, because he's got a long way to travel.
His foot was on the line, and so it wasn't a 40-20.
Stay square, lads. Come on, Aaron, we're coming off here.
And here come the Bisons.
Held! Release! Go. No, we'll play here. We'll see. 3. Move!
Two big units, aren't they? Wood and Pello coming in tandem. It gives them a bit of momentum.
Wood again in possession.
Move! Kevin! Wait, go.
Into Kelly.
5. Move! Sankiem!
Corona.
40.
And this time, Avignon kicked from inside their own 40, straight down the neck of Adam Clay. Good run from him as well. Halfway already for the Centurions. Taken by Henderson. To Duffy. Duffy just on the left-hand side. The support from Briley. They run underneath the sticks with Ridyard touching down. Second try for them in his second half, the 5th overall. And as we thought, the game could well run away with the Leigh Centurions now.
I was just about to say to Darryl on commentary, they're really tight around the ruck here. They put a play on, and that's Duffy, goes in and out, drags the A defender, the first defender, the ruck defender next to the markers, drags them out the way, does Duffy, an inside ball to Braley, who's got Ridyard straight from the coaching manual, straight from the practice ground. Nicholson, Duffy, Braley, Ridyard to finish. What a fabulous
try scorer, isn't he? Martin Ridyard.
Well,
they start standoff, sorry.
Yeah, he's a good quality player. And the triangle that they've got out there now, they've got good players there. And Avignon just looking a whole lot of trouble at the moment. Brian just pointed out Wood walking back there, or walking forward, no kick chase at all from him. And they're going to get opened up around the ruck because they're looking exceptionally tired at the moment.
Well, there we see We've highlighted Marcel, the number 18, who's been falling off a few tackles, and Duffy does that. What he does, he runs at Marcel and then pulls him out away from the markers. They know they've got a player on the inside on the pass, and then it's another really with speed who's going to exploit the hole that's created. Then Ridyard is Johnny on the spot on the other side of the ruck to beat the fullback.
And Avignon are in damage limitation now. You see how long it's taking them to get back to the halfway line to kick off. They're just trying to waste as many minutes as possible.
It's not a good sign with 31 to go.
It's not.
Duffy again claims a good strong run, hitting that line.
They stop functioning as a team, Avignon. They're trying to fix things with all on themselves, and it's leaving them a little bit exploited in all parts of the field, because what we saw from their scores in the first half was a response defensively from Avignon. Well, unfortunately, this is all about Leigh at the moment.
Oh, Henderson with that initial charge down the left-hand side. It's with Robson now. On the line they come. Held on to. Put in Gittins. Gittins back inside. Another try for Martin Ridyard. 2 in 2 minutes for him. Straight from the restart, back down the other end. And now 30 points up for the Centurions in the first game of this Anglo-French Challenge Cup.
Yeah, the signs are worrying for Avignon here. Ridyard starts it to Duffy, who finds Gittins on the fly down the outside of Bezier. Martin Ridyard, the reason he's a prolific try scorer is he gets on the other side of the fence and follows where the ball's going to. But Gittins that's put away here down the sideline, and he had a bloke on his outside as well. Adam Clare, but decided to play it inside to Martin. He screamed the loudest with Martin Ridyard. And finishes the playoff.
Talking about players that are comfortable at standoff, fullback, you know, comparisons with a certain Sam Tompkins.
Well, I think there's a way to go before he's that good. He can play because Sam Tompkins. That's a fair call, is that one, Ian? But I understand what you're saying. He's a great support player. He's pivotal to what Leigh are doing at the moment. He looks flamboyant, but the other bloke you're talking about is a bit of a freak.
He certainly looked that way last night, didn't he? Yeah. Fantastic. What skill he's got as a player.
That speed from incredible positions and strength. But even he's got, I'll admit, first to admit, he's got parts of his game that he needs to work on.
So 34 points to 0. Leigh Centurions lead, of course. This is the first of a 4-match series, so looks like the first one will end in a victory for the championship sides going up against the French Rugby League Federation. It's a 3 o'clock kickoff with Halifax down at Toulouse. There's 3 games being played today, so the championship could have this sewn up with 3 wins. Here's Laithwaite for the Leigh side. The kick from inside the 40 again, looking to just get that 40-20, didn't manage it. Now Jeremy Fuste is taken inside by Yannick Roux. Good hit from Alex Robson. Wood, the ball's gone to ground, it's gone forward as well. The referee spotting that one. Just about to scamper away was Joris Clement. Not surprise, Leigh got the ball back.
Yeah, and they're not having to work too hard for it, are they? And he's been pretty decent all day as Wood. Did that go forward?
Oh, like he got his boat on it, didn't he?
Yeah.
It was a tough call for him, I think.
It's Craig Briscoe. Joined 2 years ago, joined Leigh, former Wigan St Jude's player. I think it looks like he's injured his right leg. Goes in for the tackle, just twisted the knee or the ankle.
Yeah, that hurt.
He's up and walking, so just a bit of a limp, trying to shake it off as well as we look at the Leigh Centurions coach in Paul Rowley.
Leave it all to me, Tom. Leave it all to me. Andy, keep a tight eye.
Giving you a good stretch as he makes his way off. Craig Briscoe.
I'm not going in. No. All right.
Got just under half an hour to play.
You guys can strike first. That's it.
Back underway.
Do it.
And Gittins again.
That's it. He's better.
Laithwaite just offloading to Gallagher. Then it's a Henderson.
That's it. He's better. Done it. Done it. Done it.
10 metres away. Any space, any space. Looking for the offload.
That's it. He's with. Allez.
Gallagher trying to force his way over. Gets the ball out and then floated into touch as well. Anthony Nicholson just putting too much air on that one.
Well, they were going to get the ball sometime, and you felt it was on the back of what Leigh wouldn't do rather than what Avignon are doing. So they're going to go with the ball now.
See there, Anthony Nicholson.
If a defender just runs into me.
Had a few good games to his season this year.
I know, because you're tracking across. I
It's a
understand
great
what you're saying.
offload from Gallagher, because they're in the clear.
But it's only an obstruction.
Just
If
run.
you play with the ball, it's the ref.
Just a bit too high for Kevin Henderson.
Not many people there.
He's shrunk whilst he's been at Montpellier.
Still, I was going to say, still acclimatising to the new players' new height, or old height, regular height. But Avignon back in possession. Joris Clement.
Go, wait, go. Well, listen, Leigh.
Wood gets the ball away as well. Shrugging his way out of the arms of two men. No room this time, but another offload. They drive on through Joris Cagnac.
Get in, there's nothing.
Yannick Roux chopped down on his own 40. As Bissiere back inside again, another error from the visitors.
Then that way. It's hit a Leigh player.
The referee says it's come off a Leigh player, hit a Leigh player.
Call to Avignon.
But he's given the knock on, I think, against Avignon. So head and feed will go to the Centurions.
Yeah, he's done well there, Bissiere gets the ball and Roux just needs to take it in. You know, you can't say it's the wrong decision to pass because he's in the clear. It's ball's a little bit behind him, it's not in front of him, so when you're on the fly it's difficult to assess where the ball should be, and Bissiere had a better decision on that. He had a better decision to make on that.
Laithwaite, dual registration with Warrington. He's been outstanding in recent weeks and not had a bad game today. It's a bit high. Yannick Roux, the Avignon player, initially deployed his tackle. The ball's come away as well. It's a 3-on-1 situation, so penalty given to the Centurions. Nicholson taps then, and here we go with Chris Rowe. Should just see. Greg Burke on debut, tackled 10 in front of the sticks. Once again, Laithwaite held up a couple of metres away. On that shorter side, just floated back as well. Options are there on this right, not too many of them. And Wood's in there to force him down to the floor, but the ball's away. Rose held on to and put down. Back 10 away for Leigh. Nicholson held up. He'll go back 10.
Wait till I shout you, Anthony. Thank you. The line, Aaron.
Just lucky to get the ball down and couldn't. So here we are, 10 away.
5, thank you.
5th tackle as well. Run through the in-goal area, trying to get out. But we can now hear the thoughts of John Duffy of Leigh Centurions. He's talking with Natalie.
Well, John, your thoughts as a skipper on the team's performance? A great scoreline so far.
Yeah, fantastic, and we've got quite a few new boys in this week, and you know, credit to the boys doing really well. We've only trained a couple of times, and you know, they're digging in really well. And big up to the French boys as well, because they're a big set and the game fired into us. So you know, it's a great game.
I'll pick up on the people making their debuts and Josh coming on for you there. It's a real good opportunity for them, isn't it?
Oh, it's unbelievable. I actually coached Josh, the under-18, so it's a bit weird, but I'm glad he's given a chance because he's been playing really well for our 18. So you know, he's doing really well for us today.
And like you say, a good team in Avignon, but just making mistakes, aren't they?
Yeah, they've had obviously they've had a long travel, and they've got some big guys in that middle that's taking its toll a bit now. You know, but they're putting in a massive effort, and credit to them.
Thanks, John.
Cheers.
We see Leigh touching down on that left-hand side. Another try for them in this game. Edging ever close to that 40-point mark. Still with just over a quarter of the game to play. But on that left-hand side,
well,
another try to them.
This is Ridyard. He's seen the numbers down the short side. A 3-on-1 it ends up being, and Paul Ligero's no chance. And Dean McGilvery's just got to catch the ball. Nicholson, Ridyard, straight 3-on-2. Missed ball from over Kevin Henderson, and McGilvery's in the corner untouched. Well executed play, and that's just Ridyard getting his head up and looking at the numbers down the short side.
That would be nice for Dean McGilvery, first game back from injury. Of course, former Saints and Salford man.
He's a good player, McGilvery, as well. He's great on his feet. He's got good pace. He's strong, and doesn't look like he's quite back to where he was before his injury. But he's a real high-quality player for Leigh.
They've had some good wins in recent week of Leigh, and they've scored at least 30 points in their last 6 championship wins. Surpassed that mark as well this afternoon. Would it be 40? The sound of the crowd lets you know that it's successful. As we enter the final quarter of the game, it's Leigh Centurions that lead this Anglo-French Challenge Cup first fixture by 40 points to 0.
Well, that's Nicholson tying up the markers and giving Ridyard the opportunity to execute a 3-on-2. But Dean McGilvery hugging the chalk and giving himself the space to finish in the corner.
How do the French side approach this game now in terms of final quarter of the game? It's their mid-season. Have they got to try and keep the motivation, I guess, to not let this be a runaway score?
Well, we'll see. Well, let's have a look at this kick-off set, because they should be talking about getting the ball down there. It's not the best of kicks because it gives them a free 20 metres lead. They look quite vigorous in that tackle, so they're good, proud people. And you have to say that Aaron Woods led from the front, and Pello's been in there, and just a little bit more better decision making. It's decisions that's cost Avignon, and the quality of their skill hasn't been good enough to let them make the decisions they've been making, if that's right.
I think the thing is, if you play rugby league, you're in it for 80 minutes, aren't you? The very nature of individuals that play our sport is that you've got great character.
Anthony Nicholson almost away for Leigh. Laithwaite takes it on the full. Pounced upon by Brett Kelly. Kick down that touchline. Taken by Captain Olivier Arnaud. Tackle number 1 on the 10. Tackle number 2 on 10 and 30 centimetres. Not getting too far in this set, Avignon. So they give it to the big man Wood. The ball steal. There was 2 men in there, says the referee, and a penalty to the visiting side. Tommy Gallagher stretched his legs down towards the corner, puts the ball down as well.
We're talking about that tonight, well, Tommy. Did you see how I stole that ball one-on-one and they said there were two in the tackle? Was he at the corner?
And the Avignon players down, we just see here Aaron Wood.
Only just, wasn't there? Only just.
But it's the French side who are on the charge, and look at them go. The offload back inside to Bissiere. Bissiere's trying to get rid of the ball, and there they go, the first try of the game for the visitors. Alexis Rodriguez, a couple of metres in from this touchline. When they get the motors going, opened up that Leigh Centurions defence, and their first points, 40 points to 4.
Well, they've been trying to do that all day, haven't they? Great carry from Cognac, is it? Offloads. Who's there with him? Bezier gets there, and Rodriguez off the bench to put Avignon on the scoreboard. Good to see. Flat Gittins there. Gittins got his head on the wrong side of his tackle technique there. Leigh. Great carry from Cognac, and then Rodriguez finishes the play off. Bezier's good support play from scrum half. But you see in the backfield that first carry had splattered Gittins. Let's hope he's all right.
That's one of the Leigh Centurions players down on the floor at the moment, just receiving a little bit of treatment. Just doing a few precautionary checks, I think, around the neck and the top of the shoulders, but all is fine, and Leigh Gittins is sat up.
Yeah, he looks all right, doesn't he? The physio thinks he's all right. See what happened there? Got his knee right on top of his melon. Get that into you.
Bit of a knee in the head. Never a good thing.
He won't forget his debut, will he? Well, he might now.
Most of it, anyway. I was talking about it right at the start when Spencer carried the ball from the kickoff. That little bit of late footwork that makes it difficult for defenders. And he really ramped up there, Cognac. He's had a solid game, hasn't he? He's worked really hard.
Very precisely placed on the kicking tee from Olivier Arnaud. Comes back off the sticks as well. Not the French side, and the French Federation of Rugby League have their first points of this competition.
Here comes the mule train, because that's what he was. He wasn't going to be stopped. A great pass as well, you have to say, to Bezier. Rodriguez finishes off the play, supporting up the inside. Avignon have lost their best player by a mile today. Aaron Wood, he's gone off. He's got limped off the field. That'll affect the Frenchman as well.
Just waiting for the removal of the kicking tee. And
Matt, you ready? Martin, let's play.
Back off and underway. It's a little bit too strong. Straight out as well. So Avignon from halfway. Trying to keep it in. It looks like that Adam Clay just managed to do it. Managed to get the ball back in from the kick to touch, but eventually bobbled out.
If everybody been as alert as Adam Clay there, they'd have had the ball there, Leigh. Great leap from infield and smacks it back. Kelly doesn't quite get the distance, and Adam Clay doesn't really mind. He'd have gone to the screen there because I think he was on his foot was on the line when he batted that back.
It's the French side back down that end now, having just scored their first try of the game.
Go behind him, mate. One, move on the line.
Forming the line.
Wait, go.
Kelly gives it to Bissiere. He's held.
Second. Release him. Off his leg.
The try scorer waits at dummy half, but the referee says the Centurions were holding on.
One. Shot.
So 5 more goes for Avignon as the Leigh Centurions are waving over players their right-hand side of the defence. And the referee is going to have a look to see with Ian Smith whether this is a touchdown or not. Is it their second of the game?
Cognac reckons he scored.
Is he short and then push it over the line? Or is it all in one movement? Well, he doesn't move it forward, so it's if it's on the line or not. That's all I need to know. Have you got anything different?
Yeah, it's all right, yeah. He'll do it. Yeah, come on. I'll get that.
So it looks short there.
He has to play it if it's play on his ear.
I can't see where that ball is. Have you got anything different? Oh, this might see it.
Third tackle. Take to there, okay. No matter, just outside. It's on me yet? Yeah. It's on that screen now. When I got round to the other side of the tackle, the ball was on the line, but I didn't see if it was on the line when I was on the side towards the post.
Right. Well, he's not promoting.
Have a good look at it.
Right,
Give
okay.
him it.
Benefit of the doubt?
Yeah, he deserves it. I think he's been great.
The referee says yes.
Made one and scored one.
Yeah, fantastic.
So 2 tries in a couple of minutes then for Avignon. Give them something to cheer about on the way home at least.
Yeah, it will. He's done well, this kid. He's not the biggest of front row, as you see, but he's determined, a good body position there and leg drive, and gets it over the line. Right from second one, he thought he got it down. So
He's got a big heart, hasn't he? He's been great all day. And I think that your question before about how do Avignon go on with the game now, that's it, just character. You keep going, you work hard, you stay in the game, you never give up as a rugby league player, and Avignon have done really well the last 5-6 minutes to carry on and get back into the game. Obviously they're not going to win, but they'll get a hell of a lot out of it, especially if there's a lot of young players here. They'll grow from this.
So just under 13 minutes to play. Once again we see the captain, Arnaud, lining up the extra 2. A bit of an easier kick from hitting the post a couple of moments ago. Straight between. The extra 2, so 40 points to 10, back down to a 30-point margin. And Leigh will just look for a better restart than previously when they kicked it straight dead.
yeah, you have to say Avignon got a leg up with kicking the ball out on the full, and then the penalty, of course. So, but they deserve that. I think they deserve that. I think they've shown parts of the game. Obviously, the execution of the skills been poor at times, but they haven't stopped trying to play, have they?
Okay, Martin, when you're ready.
Along the floor this time to play it safe almost from the Centurions, and fired up they are by their 2 tries. Avignon.
Gittin's got that one right on him, didn't he?
Yeah.
Don't steal, don't steal!
Wow.
Trying to find more space. Don't steal, says the referee.
Move! That's the ball. Wait,
Plenty men on.
Wait, go.
Good strong stuff from the Centurions.
Move! Wait, stand up, Saeed. Oh.
Sam Taggart, who's trying to get through.
Good play. 4. Move! Stay square, Ken. Go.
Into Kelly. And Bissiere over on the right-hand side.
Play on Martin.
It was a nothing kick, really, wasn't it? It wasn't a short kick to try and get to the other side of the line. Neither was it a long kick or no competition in that kick at all. They just handed the ball over for free there. But it was a good exit say, you have to say, wasn't it? They got out their own half really well there. They looked vigorous. Everybody was wanting to carry the ball. Amazing what a couple of scores does for you.
Penalty awarded to the Leigh Centurions. Bit of a high shot put on Adam Clay.
High shot.
Adam Clay's been on loan at North Wales recently and just has an arm around the neck from Joris Cagnac, who's just scored the second try for Avignon. But now Leigh are back down their end. in their manner. 20 metres away.
Kevin, go the 10 metres in from touch, thanks. Play.
Not like his brothers, is he? Isn't? Don't know where to tap the ball from.
Premier!
Doesn't have a 9 on his back.
Avec moi. Attendez. Allez. See what comes.
Singleton dancing around.
Lâchez, Olivier. Jouez.
Through hands, and it just goes to ground with Kevin Henderson trying to get on the end of it.
Knock on.
But a knock on and no advantage for Avignon, so they get ahead in front. Just a bit too close for Henderson.
Lock him, Matt.
So as we pack down to the scrum in these final 10 minutes. Hold. 30 points the difference.
Hold. Go. Deuxième. Second move. Wait. Go. 3.
Plenty blue and white shirts forming behind their attack for Avignon. On the shorter side, forcing it out into
4.
Jeremy Fuste.
All the way, Kevin. Go.
This year, dummy half. Goes down to ground for Kelly, and he knocks on in picking it up off the floor. And we've been talking with, we're talking about him. He's put in a sterling effort for the Avignon side in this Anglo-French Challenge Cup fixture. And we can hear from Aaron Wood. He's talking down pitch side with Natalie.
Aaron, what have you made of this game? Is this a kind of a learning curve for the French side? Has it been a frustrating time for you this afternoon?
Oh, it's enjoyable. I think the young boys really have tried to have a go today, but the experience at Leigh's pretty good. All the young fellas stood up, and they're pretty quick, and their forwards are pretty strong. So I reckon it's a good idea, good concept.
What do you take from this game then?
Take from the game, we give the young fellas a bit of experience in the big league. We've got about 5 players that have never played with us. They've always played juniors, so I think we'll see what it is to be like a professional team like Leigh. It's a good experience for the young fellas.
I suppose it's come at an odd time for you in terms of the league finish a few weeks ago as well, didn't it?
Oh, definitely, but it's rugby league. Everyone loves to play rugby league, so they've all put their hand up to come across, and they've tried to give it their all, and we give a lot of mistakes away, so you can't really win a match when you drop the ball so many times.
Thanks for joining us.
No worries. Cheers.
Aaron Wood playing in the second row for Avignon, put in a lot of work in the game as it was floating off the back of the scrum, juggled around by Joris Clement, and just within the first play. Leigh back with ball in hand, 30 metres away in these final 7 minutes.
That's been predominantly the story of the day, hasn't it? One tackle football from the French. They scored 2 tries with one tackle football. How good would they be if they got 6 out?
Henderson put down to the ground. Tom Spencer has been swapping his dual registration from Wigan between Leigh and South Wales all year. Now Briley with support as well, and Ridyard squeezes in this right-hand side. 44 points to 10. Extend their lead further to the Leigh Centurions. We've got 6 minutes to play. 44-10.
Well, there's a set play. Really starts it off this time because Duffy's off the field, and Ridyard in the full-back role. He's really... Nicholson sells the inside player, stops a few defenders, stops and gives Ridyard a free run in. He's over the miss from there, and really did the hard work, attracted 3 or 4 defenders. It passes out the back, out the line, and they've worked well together, haven't you have to say, Briley and Ridyard today. And when Duffy was out there, and then Nicholson being in the pivotal bit, the first receiver or in and around the ruck, they've looked slick, haven't they?
So a hat-trick for Martin Ridyard, who started on the bench. Hat-trick as well earlier on from Ryan Briley for the Leigh Centurions. So 6 of their tries have come through 2 men. Now Ridyard lines up the extras, just pulls it across the front of the sticks. So 44 points to 10 stays the score.
Yeah, the key to this is how close to the defensive line Braley gets, and it makes it really difficult for the defence when he gets right up there with a good line runner on his outside and someone out the back. And decision making was poor there from the Avignon side, and Ridyard's too good.
Nice chat between the referee and Avignon players on the halfway line before the restart from Olivier Arnaud. And your thoughts of who's impressed in the game so far this afternoon, right?
Well, I think the spine of Leigh's team's been the reason why they've all played their part in going forward, you know, and setting up field position. But you have to say that Ridyard and Braley and Nicholson, I think, has made a difference to the structure of the team. And when John Duffy was on the field, it was just too easy for him.
Any names stood out for you in particular, Darryl?
Yeah, I'd agree with Brian. I think for Avignon, Wood's been great. He's probably been the standout player. I think Cognac in the front rows worked really hard. And the winger, the right winger, he's been fantastic. He's been real quick and elusive.
Dean, you're not in, Dean! 2!
Kelly put down, just outside his own 10.
3! Move! Faster, lads, come on. Go.
As Avignon look to escape their 30, juggled around the knees by Kelly, holds on this time. 4 tackles used up.
Wait. Go.
Almost away was Arnaud. Ball had gone forward, so Leigh Centurions will have possession back with them on that 30-metre line. Just with these final few minutes to play.
Well, that's a no-look forward pass. Modern part of the game, and you know, when you see the highest level of the NRL and Super League, of good halves that we have in the games now, they go to the line and they're looking at a defender rather than where they're passing, but they execute with skill of plumb. But unfortunately, there, young Bezier is throwing it forward. He must have been had his eyes shut. Never mind not looking.
Yeah, play. Do it.
So the kick off the back of the scrum from Briley. It's been chased down. Ridyard's looking for 4, but he couldn't make it 4. But Brian, you've identified him as the man of the match.
Well, I think so, because I think he's made a big difference when he's come on the field after, I think he entered it after about 10-15 minutes. He's also laid on a couple of tries on, certainly for McGilvray, and on the other side as well for Braley. He's been the person that's he got a few try assists as well as tries himself, so you know, for his influence on the game. Had Duffy stayed on the field, I'm sure he would have been in contention, but Martin Ridyard is the man of the match today.
2 minutes to play in a penalty for holding on against Leigh.
Keep working, lads. Turn around.
Avignon
Behind the line, Leigh. Go.
just keeping that tempo up for these final 120 seconds.
1. Move! Wait. Go. Well done, Brian.
Inside that 40 now, looking for the support. Arnaud was there, but couldn't quite get it out to him. So standing in at dummy half is Rodriguez. Centurions hanging on, but driving through the French side.
3. Play. Yeah, let's run with it. See what
Kelly
happens.
puts it on the floor. It's picked up by Ridyard. He's going to be seen safe, and they'll be forced to drop out, and Avignon will have 1 more go.
Yeah, I was just laughing at the fact they got real vigorous there. I think it's the right centre, Roux. He's trying to throw him out the ground. It's not a bad kick from Kelly early in the play, but Ridyard's got good field position there. And
Nothing
no, it's the winger, it's Ligaro. He's had a decent game. He's got a bit about him.
Let's play. Wait for me.
Just trying to put him in the first row of the stands.
I think we've chatted enough today, Tommy.
The dropout from Leigh.
1. Move! Anthony!
The final play of the game then for Avignon. They've got themselves a penalty.
Straight off.
Into the final 30 seconds in this first game of the Anglo-French Challenge Cup. They kicked a top, so in these dying seconds, Avignon have an opportunity to score their 3rd try of the game. Looking on this left-hand side with Kenya.
That's you wrestling.
Descent as well, throwing the ball away. But it's the Centurions that have been penalised. There goes the hooter for 80 minutes, but the penalty is there. Still got the penalty, says the referee.
Yeah, tackle's all right. It's come a little high, but then you've had a little wrestle afterwards, all right? Just go smart. Last tackle, didn't you?
So the penalty to play for Avignon. Time is up. What can they do on this final play? They kick over the top. Kelly's there. It's bouncing around. It's going to run dead, and this game will finish. But a victory for the Leigh Centurions by 44 points to 10. The first game of the Anglo-French Challenge Cup goes the way of the championship side. 3 more fixtures to come to decide which is the best division of the championship and the equivalent in France, the championship, as they call it, out there in the French Federation. Brian, a deserved victory for the Leigh Centurions.
Oh, absolutely. Had they been clinical with themselves, they probably would have scored a lot more. But bear in mind, they gave Avignon the field position with a few clumsy things. But Paul Rolbe, highly delighted he's got through the game with a 44-10 win. And, you know, there were glimpses. There was a pulse from Avignon as well, wasn't there? They weren't, you know, we asked the question with 31 minutes to go, would they aim up? And they did. So that's pleasing for them. And a lot of their young kids will gain from this experience and benefit from it. And you have to say that on the day that Leigh were comfortable winners.
Does this whet your appetite for tomorrow, Darryl?
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. It's a great challenge for us, and one of the biggest challenges is that we don't know what we're going to be faced with, so being able to adapt within a game and recognise what the opposition are good at is going to be a real challenge for us tomorrow, and we're ready for it. Boys have trained really well all week, and we're looking fresh and vibrant, and it should be a great game.
Well, there are 3 fixtures taking place today, so it could be sewn up by the championship sides by this evening. But the first game has finished with a victory for the championship, and we can hear from the man of the match, Martin Ridgels, talking down pitch side with Natalie.
Martin, a great scoreline there, great team effort today.
Yeah, it was going to be a tough game, and considering like we've rested a few players and we brought some new lads in, and I thought they did really well. I thought Ryan Bailey switched to full-back for his first game for us, and I thought he had a great game. And a few young lads like Lee Gittins has come in from Leigh Miners amateur level, and I thought he's had a very tough game, very solid in defence as well. So yeah, happy with our performance.
How much of a kind of influence were you, like of you and John Duffy and the experienced players amongst it, compared to, you know, giving the advice to the younger guys?
I'd say John Duffy more experienced. I'm still young myself, but I thought yeah, we needed, obviously myself, I've needed a good performance for a few weeks, and obviously Rolls has played me today for get it out of me basically, because we've got a lot of new lads, we've got a lot of young lads, so they're looking around at me and John Duffy for obviously to let them know what's going on. And like I say, overall I was pleased with our performance.
What did you make of Avignon?
I thought they were very tough. They didn't stop coming, and obviously like got a lot of good individuals and a couple of big boys as well, and they didn't stop coming, as it showed. They was even trying to score in the last play of the game. I thought credit to them, they've come over here and they've had a good go.
Would you like to see this competition stay? Have you enjoyed it?
Yeah, it's been a good occasion, it's the first time we've done it, and it has been good. It's been a good one-off game, yeah, so we'll see what happens next year.
Congratulations, and a great game for you as well. Thank you very much.
Cheers, thanks.